What's up, guys? It's Troy. I hope you're doing fantastic. Today, I want to talk about a unique topic about why attractive people struggle to express themselves, and without expression, that typically leads to depression. But why is that? So, let me just unpack this a little bit by telling you a story about this girl I used to date. I dated this girl who was very attractive. One of those, like, kind of attractions where I was like, damn, she's like, I feel like she's out of my league, but she's into me. Okay, I'll go with it, right? And so I remember we were hanging out and we went on a few dates. And when we first started going out, I noticed that everywhere we went, she would use this like flirting energy. Like even if it was the waiter, she would just say things in like this flirty tone. Or if we're at the grocery store and we ran into somebody, there was always a flirtation kind of energy around it. And at first I was like, man, what's the deal? But I could tell she was like really into me. Like she really was. She was very much into me. But then I realized that like her recipe to get by, to make things easier for herself in life, had been to use her looks. And so she used flirting as a way to just make things easier for her. And so oftentimes people have like very natural attractive attributes. They use those attributes to make things easier for them in life. And for me, in that moment, I realized like, man, this is like an unconscious addiction for her. She's going to keep doing this, and it's probably going to lead to me feeling insecure in several areas. Of course, that stuff I could also work on, allow that to be my teacher and my medicine as well. But I just realized like, man, this chick is like, she's not really into herself. She doesn't actually have depth within inside her to just come from a centered place of like, here I am. Without my looks, this is me. This is just who I am. This is how I show up in the world. Everything was about her looks. And I didn't really like that connection. And so I actually moved the process along, got, dumped her or whatever. We weren't really like boyfriend, girlfriend or anything like that, but we were dating and I just told her, hey, I appreciate you. Don't think this is going to work out. And we moved it along. But what I learned in that moment was that attractive people have trouble expressing, because one thing I realized is that she was very, very much like a statue, almost like a porcelain doll or like a fine piece of china. Like she had this incredible beauty about her, but she couldn't come outside of that beauty. She couldn't use her personality. It was hard for her to laugh at herself. You couldn't do like, could you imagine a girl like that, like letting out a fart or something like that? Probably not, you know what I mean? But that's real life. Like we're human beings. And so I learned in that moment that sometimes attractive people have trouble expressing because they're so used to being seen a certain way, being perceived a certain way by being perfect based on their looks. And so as they progress through life, obviously those looks might start to change. And remember, I have another video about how like attractiveness is more energetics than it actually is looks. But they have difficulty making that transition into letting it just be energetic, right? Attractiveness is just that. Like everybody has a variety of, different attributes as far as physicality goes. But your energy is unique to you. And it's the energy we bring forward in life that actually creates attraction and connections with others. And so I learned in that moment, as I began to watch more and more people who were attractive, they really had trouble using their voice, trouble expressing, because they were so concerned about how people viewed them, because that's how they got by. Think about it, growing up in grade school, middle school, high school, college, all this stuff, it just kept going and perpetuating. They used their looks to make things a little bit easier for them. Not everybody, and not all the time, right? This is often, not always, but it's very easy to do almost from a subconscious pattern. It's like if you have anything else that you're very talented at, you may want to lead with that at certain times, right? Well, that's a natural gift that some people have. But I realize that sometimes that can be a hiccup for them. So if you feel like you have strong physical attributes, I would encourage you now just to allow yourself to let go of some perfectionism. Just play with your personality. Allow yourself to be weird, to be seen as different. That's okay. That's a beautiful thing. Your expression is what really impacts the world. When we come from our hearts, the deepest part of ourselves, the wounds that we gather through life, when we share from that space, that's what connects us. That's what makes the deepest impacts. So remember, we're all in this together, man. Like, give everybody grace. Not everybody, even people who are attractive, it's not like they chose that, Give them some grace, and they have their own challenges and difficulty too. We all have struggles. Remember that. We all have struggles. Growing up, now, present, future, we're all going to have them, have had them. So we got to be in this together, y'all. So just a little insight. I love y'all. Until next time. Peace.